Hi guys, Crochet and Connect here. I'm coming to you today with a tag video. This tag actually was going around a few weeks ago, but I'm a little behind in my YouTube watching. So I only noticed the videos about this tag recently, even though they were posted weeks ago, but I can't resist a tag, so I'm going to do it today. So you're probably going to see me look down because I have the questions on my cell phone down here. So I'll just jump right into it now and try to keep each answer short. So this is the 23 non-yarny things about me tag. I actually got the questions from Debbie at the Canadian Crocheter. I will link her video down below. And yeah, so here we go. So question number one, favorite color. My favorite color is blue. I love cool colors. I love combinations of like blue, purple, teal, stuff like that, but blue is my favorite. Favorite genre of music, rock and pop and country. So I love anything from like Bon Jovi, Meatloaf, that kind of rock, to pop like Backstreet Boys. I have been a Backstreet Boys fan since the 90s. Not many people know this about me, but yes, big Backstreet Boy fan. And I like a little bit of country, like especially Garth Brooks, and like a little bit of like Dierks Bentley and stuff like that. Favorite food would have to be like Mediterranean kind of food, like the vegetables and grains and legumes of like Mediterranean cuisine, and especially Italian cuisine. Love. A favorite soda or pop. Here in my neck of the woods, we call it pop. And I usually just go for regular Coke. I don't drink pop that often, but when I do, it's Coke or Dr. Pepper. Sometimes a Sprite. But usually Coke or Dr. Pepper. Favorite animal. Well, like favorite animal to have as a pet, dog. I am still waiting for my dog. Almost 40 years into my life. I do plan to get one very soon. But I also generally like sheep and alpacas. Like I love like I have a sheep mug, you know, and I have an alpaca t-shirt, a llama t-shirt. So I just love merchandise with sheep and alpacas and llamas, but like animal to actually interact with and own, dog. Oh dear. Favorite holiday, Christmas. I love the lights and decorations and the food and just everything Christmas, and the music. Favorite book would have to be anything by L.M. Montgomery, the author of Anne of Green Gables. I love everything she wrote. I own all of her works of fiction, and I often wish somebody would unearth a treasure trove of never before published work by her because I just want more, but such does not exist, unfortunately. But yes, anything by L.M. Montgomery. Favorite pizza topping. I like a Canadian pizza, so that's like pepperoni, bacon, and mushroom. But I also like vegetables that are like, or pizzas that are heavy on vegetables. I don't like to eat meat that often, so I really like veggie pizzas. Any typical veggie that you would put on a pizza. Favorite pastime, well, other than crocheting, obviously, I like to read and I like to do jigsaw puzzles. I now have a little hoard of jigsaw puzzles in my basement. It's getting bad. Almost as bad as yarn, but not quite as bad as yarn. Favorite TV series, Friends. I have lost count of how many times I have rewatched the whole series. I laugh every time. It just, for me, it doesn't get old. There's some things that are a little outdated, but they're still funny and it doesn't get old. And recently I have also been watching a lot of Golden Girls. Love Golden Girls. Favorite fruit, mango. Mango everything, mango. But I am not a big fan of the typical red mangoes. I like the smaller yellow Altufo mangoes. I think they taste much sweeter and better. Favorite vegetable, I mean, potatoes. They're just so good. You can do so much with them. And I know people complain that there's a lot of carbs, but potatoes also have a lot of water and fiber, which is good for you and kind of, I think, balances out the carbs. As long as you don't put anything like fattening on the potato or like cook it in a fattening way, I think potatoes are pretty good for you. But other than potato, I also love broccoli. And my favorite vegetable to eat raw, cucumber. Favorite subject in school was music. That was my number one. And like, cause I played clarinet all through school. And French. I was really good at French. I picked it up very quickly. And I also liked English because I like reading, but I also kind of hated English because I don't know. I just felt like doing essays and assignments on the books we had to read kind of like ruined the enjoyment of reading the book. But I still enjoyed it as well. So yeah, music, French, and English. Favorite actor and actress. Actor David Tennant. He is the only actor, because I don't usually like cry or feel much emotion during movies because I know it's not real. But David Tennant is the only actor that has actually made me feel things and cry and just made me feel emotional or like frightened, depending on the role he plays. He is good at everything he does and he makes me feel all the things. So David Tennant, but then also Chris Evans because very attractive. And favorite actress right now is Emily Blunt. She's amazing at everything she does. And her husband, John Krasinski, is also very good looking. Just had to put that out there. So yeah. Favorite singer, well, the Backstreet Boys, as I've mentioned before. And also Garth Brooks. Love Garth Brooks. Favorite superhero. I actually do read comics sometimes, and I have actually most enjoyed reading The Flash. I'm not sure exactly why, but I really enjoy The Flash. Favorite comedian. Unfortunately, all of my favorite comedians, stand-up comedians, are no longer with us. I love George Carlin, love John Panette, Mitch Hedberg, but unfortunately, I have no opportunity to see them live anymore. R.I.P. Favorite season, fall. I love everything about fall. Because if you've been watching me for a while, you know I hate the heat. I hate sun, I hate heat, so I am not a summer person. So I love when fall finally comes and the heat goes away and it cools down and the leaves start changing and I can wear my sweaters and go apple picking, carve pumpkins. I just love everything about the fall. And the bugs go away. Ugh, the mosquitoes love me. I don't know why. So I love fall when they go away. So fall. Favorite movie. I don't really tend to watch many movies over and over. But I guess the one movie that I have watched the most times that I can actually like quote as I'm watching or like say the lines along with it as I watch it is Sister Act. I don't know why I like that one so much, but Sister Act. And Sister Act 2 is actually pretty good too. I think it's one of the better movie sequels. Sometimes I actually think I like 2 better than 1. But yeah, Sister Act. Favorite smell. I actually have 2 favorite smells. Number 1, the smell of bread baking. I love the smell of bread baking. And I actually used to work at an Italian grocery store bakery when I was in college. So I got to smell it every day. It was so good. Well, actually, they had a hot food area, like a little cafe area as well. So sometimes the smells from there overpowered the bread. But when I smelled the bread, it was amazing. So bread baking or fresh baked bread. And my second favorite smell is when I going out for a walk in the middle of winter when it's freezing cold and smelling the smoke coming out of somebody's chimney. I love the smell of fireplace. Love it. But you don't get to smell that very much anymore because most houses are not built with wood-burning fireplaces anymore. A few older houses still have them. A lot of people are now replacing, if their house did have one, they're now replacing them with like gas fireplaces, which are just not the same. But the smell of fireplace in the winter, I love it. Best friend. I have 2 best friends. They are sisters. We grew up 3 houses down from each other. And they eventually moved to Toronto, which is like a 2-hour drive from where I am. So we don't really see each other anymore, but we're like those kind of friends that like we don't really see each other and tons of time can pass, but like when we do talk to each other, it's like no time has passed at all. And we've been friends for like over 35, almost 35 years now, I think. So yeah, long time. And then I have another best friend who actually went to high school with my husband, and he introduced me to her, and now we're like really good friends. So yeah, so those are my best friends. Favorite decade. I was just a wee tot in the 80s. I was newborn to 6 years old in the 80s, and from what I can remember of the 80s, I loved it. And the 90s, I grew up in the 90s. I loved everything about the 90s, so I have to say the 80s and the 90s. I miss them. I miss a lot of things about them. I'm just very nostalgic for my childhood, so the 80s and 90s. And last one, favorite YouTube channel. I mentioned that I'm into jigsaw puzzles right now, and so my favorite YouTube channel at the moment is Karen Puzzles. Her name is Karen Cabot. She has actually been on YouTube for like over a decade. I have been watching her like that entire time. She started on YouTube with a graphic design channel because she went to college for graphic design. And so she had a graphic design channel and she had a DIY crafting channel, and I watched like all of her videos on everything. She was amazing. And then she stopped those two channels and started a puzzle channel, and she is amazing. Like she comes up with like so many like puzzle video topics that I never would have thought to even like make a video of. So I love watching her stuff. I will link her channel down below. I have never missed a video ever. She is amazing. Okay, so yeah. So I'm not gonna tag anybody because I don't like to tag people. If you're interested, I will put the questions down below, and you can go ahead and do it if you're interested. And yeah. So yeah, it's very late and I'm tired, so I'm going to go. I hope everybody enjoyed learning a little bit more about me, and happy crafting.